There is no need to skip ahead. I'm going to get right into it. I got to Celestial abusing Sue in solo queue, and here's how you can too. Let's get started. Step 1, go into your practice range. Next, go ahead and pick Sue. Press start, go to your settings and turn on no ability. God damn it. Press start, go to your practice settings and turn on no ability cooldown. Let's start off with the tips. With Sue, you can push further than you can pull. As you can see, I pushed them pretty far away, but when I try to pull them, they only like jump forward just a little bit. For example, on this map, I love going invisible just so I can constantly try to push people off. This is one of the only maps where there is a instant death fall right next to the objective. I don't know about any other maps that got this, but yeah, you can instantly just push people off the map that are trying to like, you know, contest the objective. They will not see it coming. You can just instantly one-shot tanks. So on this map, what I love to do is, let's just say we're fighting for the point, you know, we're contesting the point. I love to do this and then instantly go invisible and then try to find an angle where I can just push someone off. I stay invisible for a while too, because I know if I do get a pick on someone like a carry or a tank, because a tank has a lot of health bar and it does take a lot to kill them, and most of the time they are going to be pocketed by their supports. However, if I can just get behind them, position well, and then push them off, and I can one-shot someone every 5 seconds, I can go invisible, and guess what? My push is up again. I can just spam this. I can just keep doing this. I can heal my friends, heal my friends, heal my friends, try to go invisible, then push them off, and then just, you know, just rinse and repeat. You can also counter a Doctor Strange ultimate with this ability. This is a trick that most Sue players won't do, and it is one that you must learn immediately.
I can't look at this. I'm the front line. I have no fucking tank. I don't know what you're doing, you little faggot. But holy fuck, play better.
Just so we're clear, you can counter an ultimate with an ability that has an 8-second cooldown and one-shot people. Don't just think of this ability as a way to push people off the map. I'm trying to say you can also use it to peel people, to push people away from yourself and your allies from afar too. Here are some examples. So a magic's gonna dive onto your backline, and if you see a magic that's ready to jump onto a carry of yours, you can peel for them too. Just get the TP ready, or sorry, get the push ready and then push them off your carries. To make sure you land this, you can also stand right behind your ally, because if you was to do it from the side, it's much harder to land. Next, I want to show how you can be annoying to Iron Man. My objective here is to teach you guys to become the most annoying Sue player possible. When you see an Iron Man in the air that's ready to ult one of your carries, you know what he's gonna do, you know how he's positioning, and if he does try to ult, you can easily just push him out of the ult range too. He will step out and he will try to ult. You can push him back into a wall to make him miss his ultimate as well. You know exactly how a Hulk plays. You know he's going to jump into your team and jump back out. That's how he plays. He plays very aggressive. When you do see a Hulk and he is going to try to jump in, like I said, just don't let him jump in. Don't let him get into your carries. But don't forget, you also do have a pulling ability. So sometimes it might be best to actually let the Hulk jump in if he's low on health. And then when he does try to jump back out, when he does turn around, you can get ready to pull him right back in to then secure the kill. Now, we all know about this annoying guy and how annoying he can be. Jesus Christ, this guy. What I'm trying to say is, as you can see, you can push him off you and then double jump to go invisible to get him off you, because this guy sticks onto you like glue, man. I hope you understand how to use this ability effectively now to have a game-changing impact on the game. But here's another example. Let's say you got a Punisher up there that's trying to kill your allies and he's on a high ground. You know, you can pull the DPS carries off high ground too. If someone is on any high ground, a Moon Knight, a Namor, anyone, do not let them take that advantage onto your team. Just push them off. Sorry, pull them off. So in this clip here, I pull the Moon Knight off high ground and I also dodge Bucky's ultimate. Now pay attention to what I did. I knew I was low on health and I know what Bucky's ultimate is. I know he gets a marker when he can kill me with his ultimate, and I can see how he's positioning and how far he's pushing out. I know he's gonna ult, but I'm not doing it preemptively. I'm not dodging preemptively. I'm waiting to hear it first and then I dodge. I'm either waiting for the sound cue or I'm waiting for him to leap into the air. I know Bucky doesn't have an air leap ability, so the moment I see him in front of my face just fly up, I didn't even need to hear him say armed and dangerous. If that bitch flies up, he didn't just grow wings. Okay, he's ulted. So you get what I mean. And immediately I just countered Bucky's ultimate. Why? I stopped him from getting recess. I dodged his ultimate. That's it. Bucky's ult's gone. No need for healing ults. No need for nothing. Super simple. And you can do this for many more people too. Next, let's talk about the damage ball. This does a shit ton of damage, especially when it goes well with some of your teammates' ultimates. For example, if you have a Groot in your team and then they ult a bunch of people into one area, you know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to be gathered up into one area and you can immediately just deal a bunch of damage with the ball and the push included, because don't forget, this push does pierce through targets and it does do a chunk of damage too. This damage ball ability combined with your push and pull pool. It will help secure kills for your team. The damage can be very, very devastating. One cool thing you should know about this damage ball ability is that it will make flyers like Iron Man and Storm land. If you're struggling to kill them, you can throw this ball at them to make them land onto the floor and to make them easier to hit. However, if you are struggling to land the ball at them and you do miss the ball, what you can do is aim the ball at like a nearby pillar or wall. That will make them land too, because they're next to it. During the last minutes of a round, a Doctor Strange might pull to win to the point to try to just touch the point so then they can go into overtime. You can really mess them up by pushing them back into the TP. So here's an example. You could just push them back. And just be so annoying, because if they touch point, they're gonna go into overtime, and like, you don't want that to happen. So it's just something you can do as well. Okay, now let's talk about her shield ability, where she can place a shield onto allies. You can use this to shield your allies whilst they're ulting. A perfect one for this will be Star-Lord. Whilst he's flying around, you can constantly just spam a shield onto him, making sure he's constantly protected and getting healed up. You can also do this for others too, obviously, like Wanda. Just as she's about to pop off and pop her ultimate off, people will try to focus her. You can put a shield on her. It might actually help her get the ultimate off and get a triple kill. It has happened before. You can use it to make her carries pop off good ults, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But it's not just for ults. You can use the shield to heal your flyers too. That might be hard to reach. So for example, if you do have an Iron Man in your team, he's always going to be flying so high up, and it can be such a nuisance, and it can be very annoying whilst you're trying to heal your team, to also then look up to then try to heal the Iron Man, then look back to then heal your team. So you can use this shield to just place it onto the Iron Man and then just leave him there, let him heal up whilst you then focus on healing your team. That way you can heal your team and the Iron Man at the same time, and you don't have to keep looking up and down. But also you can place this around corners for the Iron Man and for the carries. I see a lot of people put a shield onto the Iron Man that's just out into the open having a fight. You can do this, however, the shield is going to get destroyed and it's not going to last very long. What I recommend you doing is to place the shield around the corner for the Iron Man. Always see an Iron Man, you know, playing around the corners, popping in and out to hit the targets, you know, that's all fine. What you can do is place the shield around the corner for them, so then whilst they do pop out, they might get, so when they do pop out, they might get hit by someone, but they do have that shield there as a little safety net to always heal them up as well. I'm trying to say basically that the shield will never get destroyed if it's around the corner, giving them an ability to heal up from around the corner from a safe location. I hope I explained that well, because I'm not going to do that again. Jesus Christ. Me personally, I like to keep my shield up. It can be destroyed very, very easily, and I like to use it in key moments, whether it's to make my allies dodge key attacks when they need it. For example, if an enemy Wanda's gonna ult, I can use the shield to take cover behind it to dodge the ultimate, or an Iron Man. It can also block ultimates to the shield, or to heal my carries like Iron Man, like Storm, the hard to reach carries, or like the examples that I just gave you. I'm a bit more safe with my usage of the shield, and that is because it is one of the only ways I can also heal myself. Now, hopefully, if you place the shield onto your flyers, they will stop crying and it will stop them from pinging "I need heals." But Israel should also stop bombing babies. Let's continue. Let's say this is my support or a carry like Namor that likes to hug the backline, or like a Hanzo. Oh, sorry, I meant Hawkeye. I can place it on him and we can play aggressive ahead, and then always we can just fall back behind my shield to heal up. Whilst your team is doing their best to ignore you and their healers getting molested in the backline by a Black Panther, you can use the shield as a safety net. Let's say my healer's here and we're going to get dived by a Black Panther. I could just use it on my healer. We can play aggressive, go onto the point, and then if I'm about to get dived, let's say the Black Panther's coming from there to dive me right now, I can just quickly fall back to my shield and then attack him there. I don't like using my shield aggressively is what I'm trying to say. If you press start and go to your controller and go to your combat sense, if you scroll down, you will see the abilities section. Over here, you can change your ultimate to Y. That is because Y doesn't do anything, or triangle for you PS4 players, and for you PC players, you can map it to wherever the heck you want. But for us console players, to actually cast our ultimates, we have to press two buttons, which is both the analogs. Now, in a fight, whilst you're attacking, it can be quite hard to do that, and there has been times where I'm sure I pressed my two analogs, but I think I pressed one just before the other, which led me to not getting off my ultimate, and it can be quite annoying. So that is why I would recommend you to change it to Y. Why? Well, I'll explain why. Jesus Christ, it's such a confusing video. Because if you change it to Y, it doesn't take anything, or triangle, because on Su, nothing is on triangle or Y, right? But you also keep the ability to still cast it with your analogs as well. So it's not, even if you're not used to it, it's not going to harm you in any way, because if you're not used to it, you can still cast it the normal way, whilst also trying to get used to it the other way that I'm trying to teach you. Also, if you do have a controller with paddles on the back, you can assign one of those paddles to Y, so then that way you can just press the paddle to then ult as well, which is what I do. So as I'm fighting, then I'm just, oh wait, a Doctor Strange ulting, quick, bang, done. Like, it's so quick. You need to do this as well. Sorry for speaking too fast, or if I sound like I'm on crack, I just value your time and I don't want to waste it. Now let's talk about Sue's ultimate, Disappear. Just like what Jimmy Savile did to those kids on their last ride, you can make your teammates disappear. You need to be able to cast this ultimate quickly because there are ultimates like Doctor Strange where you only have a 1 second time window to ult to save your entire team. You need to make sure you're very quick with this. To use your ultimate effectively, you want to only use this ultimate to counter enemy ultimates. A Doctor Strange, a Storm, a Punisher, a Star-Lord, a Bucky, the list goes on. This ultimate is your team's only hope to survive these ultimates, so please, for the love of God, pay attention. You need to learn this skill. And the skill is very simple. I'm not gonna ult until I see them ult. That is it. That is what you need to keep saying to yourself. Many times in low elo, I see people using this ultimate just for the sake of using it. Or if they see their teammates are low, they try to save them. It's fine to let them die because if you try to save them and you use this ultimate, guess what? That Storm is gonna one-shot your entire team with her ultimate. You need to have this ultimate up to counter those ultimates. Die if you have to, but make sure you counter those ultimates. Now, obviously, this is very situational. If you're on overtime and you're on the last point and you're all about to die and get wiped off, then obviously you can ult to try to make something happen, but that is the only case where I can see this kind of being the case. In case you're wondering what settings I use 180 on Sue. Now you can also aim on the floor to deal damage faster to enemies and to heal your allies faster. This is to make your normal attacks bounce back faster. As you can see, the attacks go a set distance, right? It goes pretty far actually, because if you don't know, if you shoot them once, they get hit and then they get hit on the way back too. So instead of waiting for that entire duration of it to go forward and then all the way back, you can aim on the floor to make it happen much quicker. I find myself using this more effectively to heal my allies up. So if someone's super low, I would just aim at the floor and immediately just get them to full HP within 2 attacks within like 1 second. Now another thing that you shouldn't sleep on with Sue is her melee attacks. They can be very useful. On the third melee attack, you push people back and do a little bit more extra damage. You can use this pushback to push people back into your team that's trying to fall back or get away to regroup with their team. Here's an example. You'll always see a Doctor Strange low on HP. You can immediately just jump back and then push him back onto your team. Like, you know, that little knockback can be very useful to help people from, like, you know, to stop them from getting away. They actually do go pretty far, almost the same distance as your pulling ability. So bear that in mind, please. And that pretty much sums it up. My conclusion is the reason why she is so good and the reason why I love her personally is because you can be so annoying with your push and pull ability. The main reason why she sticks out over other supports to me is that she can heal and deal damage at the same time. So whilst I'm just heal butting like this, I can hit people at the same time, man, and I can just dish a lot of damage out too. And that is the reason why I love her so much. The best part is this isn't even an ability. This is just her normal attacks. Luna can pierce through targets too, but she does this with an ability. And I'm pretty sure she heals for the same amount or if not more than Luna. So what is her weakness? Well, she lacks the ability to self-heal effectively. If her shield is broken, it can be kind of hard to heal yourself, especially because you can't place the shield onto yourself. You actually need to latch it onto an ally. And if there's no allies next to you when you're in danger, it can suck. Another thing is, if there's a guy in front of you just swinging at you like a magic or like an iron fist, it can be quite hard to get away to then heal yourself up, because if you do go invisible with Sue, you do heal yourself up, but if you do take damage, you're also not going to be invisible. So that's why it kind of sucks. Speaking of her invisibility, I just want to give you guys a quick guide. If you don't attack for a few seconds, you will naturally go invisible and heal yourself up. However, you can also immediately go invisible. As you can see, I naturally went invisible there, but you can also immediately go invisible if you do double jump. So as you can see, I'm attacking normally, and then if I just want to quickly go invisible and heal up or to reposition, invisibility state, whenever you're in it, you're always going to heal. Also, whilst you do go invisible, you can also get the cooldown of your double jump back up again. So for example, if we go to practice settings and then give ourselves our cooldown, so like I just used my double jump and now it's on a 6-second cooldown. However, I'm still invisible and I'm about to get my jump back up again, meaning the next time I appear again, I can immediately just go back invisible again. So this is very good if you're trying to push people off the map, you know, constantly, like on that map that I said. You can go invisible and then wait, because you're about to make a risky play, right? You're about to reposition, go a bit into their team side whilst your team is down there, and it can be risky. You can mess up and you might die. So it's always good to wait for your cooldown of your jump to come back again. That way, if you miss or if you mess up, you can immediately just jump back into your team. I also realized that she's very weak on maps where my teammates decide to play team deathmatch. If the team is very spread out and never really aid together in any way, if they don't have any form of structure in the team, then you're gonna have a hard time. At that point, you can either try your best or switch to someone else like Rocket, who excels at healing monkeys, who want to play TDM on an objective game mode. If you did enjoy this guide and how quickly I got through things, any form of love and support you're willing to show to the channel would be greatly appreciated. If you haven't seen it already, please do check out my No More video too. That is also very helpful. You will learn a lot from that video too. With that being said, if you are struggling to rank up, I do offer coaching services at my Discord too. Everyone I have coached has improved at the game massively. There hasn't been a single guy so far that has said that I coached them and nothing has happened. Immediately people go up in ranks when I coach them. I'm basically like Mourinho. Also, when I coach people, I don't let them to book multiple sessions back to back. This isn't a barbershop. If you want to cut your hair weekly, go for it, but I'm not here to drain your money. In fact, I'd rather you be in a position where you never contact me for coaching ever again, or at least not until some time has passed. Just ask my boy Frecky here. He's in timeout. Shout out to you, Frecky. Love you, bro. I know you're watching this. He's someone who I recently coached, and I will not coach him again, not even if he offered me £1,000. I want you to get into the position where you improve mechanically, but also mentally, to the point where you can see your own mistakes and you don't need me to guide you, and where you will never need another coach again. So you can adapt the mindset you need to constantly improve without me. If this does interest you, feel free to reach out to me in the Discord, in the coaching request section. Also on the Discord, we do have a LFG for consoles and for PC players. So if you're trying to find people to play with, we do have like 100 people on the Discord who play together and who talk together and everything like that. So if you do want to join and play with people and to find people that you can play with, then sure, go ahead and, you know, join up. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for the continued love and support. The only reason why I continue is because you guys show so much love and support to my videos. So if you did enjoy this, please do show the love and support. Comment that you loved it. Make sure you like the video too. It helps out the algorithm and it helps the video to get out there. As you guys know, I'm a really small channel, to the point where I don't even consider myself a channel yet. I don't even tell people I make content. Like, I really don't see myself as a content creator. I just press record and just talk a bunch of shit into the microphone. So that's why if you see any sloppiness in my video or in my content with how I'm speaking or how I'm editing, I'm sorry. I always try to improve, but yeah, just thank you so much to all my regulars as well. You guys are the best. If you have any questions, if you're confused, I don't blame you, but if you have any questions, please do reach out to me in the comment section down below. Now, one more tip just before I end the video. There's one more thing you should know about this ultimate, and that is if you cast it and you die, your team actually loses the ultimate doesn't stay there. Your ultimate dies with you. So there's been many times where I've casted my ultimate and then I hear Magneto, and I know he's aiming at me, he's trying to kill me, right? And just like how I dodged Bucky's ultimate, but yeah, just jump out, don't die, don't risk it, and just allow your team to have your ultimate for as long as they can.